Graham Norton, usually the polished, playful face of UK talk shows, torched Prince Harry with a fiery dose of truth that sent shockwaves across royalist and Republican circles alike. "You're a loser," he allegedly quipped during an off-air exchange after news broke about Harry's latest embarrassing court appeal to have UK taxpayers foot the bill for his personal security. "We won't give you a dime." Norton continued, "No judge, no public servant, and certainly no taxpayer should be forced to bankroll this circus. The court should not just deny Harry's request. It should send him the bill for wasting everyone's time. Maybe then he'll finally understand what real accountability feels like." Echoing the sentiment of millions of Brits tired of Harry's delusional entitlement. No security for a tosser who abandoned his own institution for Netflix fame. One commentator snarled. And really, who could blame them? Delusions of grandeur in a post-royal reality. Prince Harry, the self-exiled Duke of Sussex, is desperately trying to claw back privileges he willingly threw away. In a legal debacle that continues to humiliate the institution he claims to respect, Harry is suing the British government because they won't offer him publicly funded security when he visits the UK, despite the fact he quit royal duties, relocated to Montecito, and signed multi-million-dollar contracts with Netflix and Spotify, the latter of which spectacularly imploded. He claims he doesn't feel safe in Britain, yet he parades around Ukraine, an actual war zone, with less protection than his wife uses for a 1.2-mile journey through Manhattan. And let's not sugarcoat this. Meghan Markle required a 4-car convoy, including unmarked NYPD police vehicles with 2 intelligence detectives and flashing lights just to go 20 blocks in New York City. Yes, 1.2 miles. Meanwhile, Harry posed in flak jackets in Ukraine without nearly that level of caution. So, who exactly is the real security risk here? The facts are glaring, and they humiliate Harry's argument at every angle. While Meghan was cosplaying as a global stateswoman in New York City, surrounded by former Secret Service agents and guarded from invisible crowds, her husband was in Kiev trying to play war correspondent. But there's one fatal flaw in this picture. Despite Harry's claims that his safety is compromised in the UK, he appears far less protected in Ukraine than Meghan was on American soil. Is it bravery or reckless hypocrisy? Let's be clear, the NYPD doesn't assign flashing light convoys to civilians without significant political clearance, yet Meghan had one. What does that say about the influence being exerted behind the scenes? What kind of arrangements are being made between Sussex representatives and U.S. agencies? More critically, why is Meghan receiving such protection while her husband cries foul about British security? Here's the billion-dollar question. Are U.S. taxpayers still funding Prince Harry's security? Through the back door via his visa status? Because if his visa requires any level of diplomatic privilege, however symbolic, it may include some protection elements. And if so, then the American public is unknowingly contributing to the Sussex Security Fund. The same public whose government is undergoing budget crises, infrastructure failures, and border disputes is somehow cushioning a millionaire prince who chose to leave his royal duty. And let's not forget, Harry has never publicly disclosed the type of visa he holds in the U.S., fueling speculation that he may have misrepresented information, especially concerning his admitted past drug use. If his visa is tied to diplomatic privileges or even special waivers, then this is no longer a private issue, it's a matter of public accountability. Despite repeated insistence that the Sussexes are financially independent, inconsistencies abound. Reports suggest that King Charles III continued to fund them privately well after Megxit, including their security expenses. Why else would Harry be so persistent in demanding public security in Britain if he were not also receiving some assistance in the US? Royal finances are famously opaque, but what we do know is this: no couple obsessed with privacy spends as much time parading around camera crews as Harry and Meghan. Every Netflix scene, every interview, every photo op is meticulously staged. Are these security details paid by Netflix, by Charles, or, heaven forbid, by U.S. agencies? The audacity of victimhood. Harry's legal demands are built on one principle: he believes he's entitled to the same security as working royals without doing any of the work. He abandoned his country, turned his back on the monarchy, accused his family of racism on global television, and then filed lawsuits demanding UK protection while refusing to even tell British courts who is paying for his current security. It's the kind of contradiction that would be comical if it weren't so grotesquely arrogant. He doesn't want to be royal except when it comes to perks. He wants to be a victim except when it comes to Netflix fame. He wants security, but he won't answer basic questions about who's already protecting him. It's not surprising that even the usually apolitical Graham Norton lost his cool. He's no Daily Mail pitbull or GB News shock jock, he's a national treasure. For someone like Norton to reportedly lash out in such scathing terms, "You're a loser, we won't give you a dime," shows just how deep public resentment has sunk. People are tired. Tired of the grifting. Tired of the hypocrisy. Tired of the whining from two people who have been handed global platforms and still insist on acting like victims of an imaginary world. If Harry thinks this court case will win public support, he's more deluded than we thought. Every argument he makes unravels the moment you compare it to the facts. His wife travels with intelligence agents for a short stroll. He gallivants across a war zone with barely any protection. He left the monarchy yet clings to its benefits. He demands taxpayer support while living in a mansion and making docuseries about his pain. Prince Harry's relentless entitlement has become a global spectacle of hypocrisy. From demanding royal perks after abandoning duty to exploiting victimhood for profit. His courtroom crusade is nothing but vanity wrapped in delusion. It's time the public, both British and American, stopped funding the fantasy of a prince turned parody.